This is episode 1, part 1 of On Background, Seeking the Hidden JFK Assassination. The title is ironic because it is the purpose of this video to show that if we look at the bald facts of the JFK assassination and consider these facts to be relatively transparent, meaning what they seem to mean, then it's hard to reach any other conclusion than that one man acting alone killed the President of the United States on November 22nd, 1963. And all else is pure imagination. Consider some of the facts. In this series, we will look not just at the facts, but at the context of the assassination, the politics of the time, the reasons why the assassination really should not be considered all that surprising, in spite of the myths that have grown up around the assassination over all these years. But consider some facts in this very first episode, all of which will be episodes of about 4 minutes in length. There were two men who actually saw Lee Harvey Oswald fire his rifle from the 6th floor of the Texas School Book Depository. Their names were Howard Brennan and Amos Ewens. It was because of the identification that Howard Brennan gave to the police within minutes of the assassination that Officer J.D. Tippit stopped Oswald in Oak Cliff about 45 minutes after the assassination because he presumably matched the description given by Brennan. Oswald, of course, fired his pistol 4 times, killing Tippit in the process, and then tried to make his escape, where he was arrested in the Texas Theater nearby in Oak Cliff. But consider the evidence against Oswald, which was enormous. A rifle, which was traced to Oswald, was found on the 6th floor within minutes of the assassination, squeezed between 2 boxes. So Brennan and Ewens had seen Oswald on that floor, or someone who looked like him, and a rifle was discovered that was traced to a money order signed by someone named Alec Heidel, but in Oswald's handwriting. And consider the fact that the Heidel alias had been used by Oswald, and in fact, when he was arrested, he had 2 IDs on his person, both with the photograph of Lee Harvey Oswald on it, but in each case, a different person's name was on the ID. One had Oswald's name and the other had Alec Heidel's name. Oswald had also said that someone named Alec Heidel, who of course never really existed, had permission to use his post office box. In addition, Oswald did not own a car. He didn't drive a car. He couldn't drive. And he always rode with his co-worker, Buell Frazier, to the Texas School Book Depository on a Monday, where he would work out his shift, and then during the week he would live at a boarding house in Oak Cliff. And then every Friday he would ride back with Buell Frazier to the home of Lily Mae Randall, who was Frazier's sister, in Irving. And that was only a few houses from Ruth Payne's house, where Marina Oswald was staying. So Frazier would pick Oswald up on Monday to take him back to the Texas School Book Depository in downtown Dallas. Well, what happened was, the day before the assassination, Oswald asked Frazier if he could take him to Irving that afternoon, breaking the entire pattern of the last 4 weeks. Frazier wondered why. "Why do you need a ride on a Thursday?" he asked Oswald. Oswald replied, "To pick up curtain rods." Well, it just so happened that Oswald had stored his rifle in Ruth Payne's garage, and it's obvious that he was needing to go to Irving to pick up the rifle so he would have it the next morning. He told Frazier the next morning, when they rode out to the Texas School Book Depository from Irving, Oswald carrying a package which he said contained curtain rods, that he wouldn't need a ride back to Irving in the afternoon. There were no curtain rods discovered in the Texas School Book Depository after the assassination, and Oswald's boarding house room already had curtain rods. We'll continue with this transparent evidence which people like to dress up as mysteries for no apparent logical reason at all, in our next program. Thanks for joining us on this ongoing adventure. This is your host, Rick Ryman.